Today we want to take a look at Riverbed's new Steelfusion and how we can still use Steelfusion if we need to share some project data with some additional remote office people. So Steelfusion has two modules to it, Steelfusion Core here at the data center and Steelfusion Edge, which is a disk partition on an EX series steelhead at the branch office. There is also a box called a Steelfusion only box. So if you had an older model steelhead, you could still utilize Steelfusion Edge. But essentially what we're doing with Steelfusion is we're creating a virtual server here at the data center, our corporate office, and through Steelfusion Core, we're pinning that operating system to the edge and booting that server from here. The next thing we do is we take that office's data and again, managed through Steelfusion Core, we pin that LUN of data out here for these branch office users. Let's say for our example that this office here is in Denver. So our Denver users are accessing their data from a local drive share. Any changes that are taking place in this data, Steelfusion Core is pulling those changes across and updating that on our corporate storage. So you have one place to manage that data, one set of data, and you're projecting that out to Denver. If this WAN link goes down, those users continue to work because again, their data is local to them. So the challenge then is what happens if you've got a small office here in Seattle and you've got some users here that you need to have work on a project with the users in Denver. Seattle doesn't have Steelfusion, they just have a Steelhead WAN accelerator. So again, what we've done in Denver is we've got that server and we've got their data all here locally running virtually on that Steelfusion Edge partition. Windows sees that as a simple drive share. So let's say it's the X drive. In order for our users in Seattle to be able to access that data, all we have to do is map the X drive for those users in Seattle, and now they can access the data that's pinned here in Denver. Again, Steelfusion Core at the data center is monitoring any change that's happened to this data, pulling those changes over so as we update our corporate storage. But this would be an effective way for users in a remote office to access this pinned LUN here in Denver and be able to share that work with the users in Denver. Graphically, once again, any data that's being changed, Steelfusion Core is monitoring that, pulling that data across and updating it at the corporate storage. The advantage here is we have a single place to manage our data. We're providing our remote users in Denver with data. Even if that WAN link goes down, they're still getting LAN speed access to that data. And for our users in Seattle in this case, we're providing them with a way to work on Denver's data with them through WAN acceleration. I would love to discuss this deployment strategy as well as others with you. My contact information is there on the screen, and I would look forward to speaking with you.